Hello.
Hello.
You guys
Sorry,
can hear
late.
anything?
Hey,
No,
can you hear me?
no.
Yes.
I can hear other
I'll try again now
people's.
that-
I mean, I hear yours. This one.
I can
And
hear
I don't see
everybody.
the,
I believe. Yeah. I hear
The
most people.
I can
instruments?
see and hear Anne's.
Can you hear me? This one?
No. Oh, whoops.
No, I can't.
Just hers,
I hear something
Yes.
ticking.
actually. See? You can see hers.
See the waveform effect as well.
Yeah.
On Anna's, but I can't on any of the others.
Oh,
weird.
she's in edit mode. Or with the edit thing open. Does that...
Don't think
Oh.
that should make a difference. Anyway, let's figure this out later. Maybe we have
Okay.
to Okay, guys, let's go here, please.
All right.
So, let's try this again. I don't know who already did this or what,
Uh-oh.
but
First time for me.
okay.
First time for me too.
First time.
Okay.
For me.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna sketch two different.
Sorry.
Does. What are you doing?
The click is still going on. I
Oh.
just
Take,
didn't
take,
think
the,
we
take the
needed-
bubble out or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I should have done that. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I didn't think we needed a metronome to this next part.
Okay. Manic Pixie is trying to enter. Maybe she's having a hard time also. Can't see her anymore.
Oh, I like
Okay.
the wobble on the brush.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's very.
That's fun.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's good.
So guys, we're gonna do like this.
Yes.
We're gonna sketch two scenario layouts of jam sessions. Please pay attention. Action.
I'm sorry.
I want you to take one of these cubes and pretend this is
Mhm.
a mini stage or world area surface, like a map.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Here's one for you.
Mhm.
And using this
Thank you.
map, I want you can even do a few of these. You can duplicate them, you can do whatever you want. The point is
Mhm.
that we're gonna sketch first layout, a staging layout of different instruments where people can play. These can be using these balls, colored balls, okay?
Mhm.
Where the different players could play based on what kind of instruments they play. Drums, percussion, bass, melodics, chords, harmony, effects, mixer, control. You can add your own ideas also. Visual effects. Oh, 24th floor is here.
Mhm.
Hello. Who are you again? Is this Alberto?
Hello.
Or-
Yes, I'm on Quest this time.
Okay, cool.
The Windows
Hey,
app
Manic.
doesn't work.
Hey, so I'm just I'm just getting started, okay? So I'm gonna repeat. Please, everybody, pay attention. We're gonna do sketches of Manic. Please pay attention. You're late. Sorry. So everybody's gonna grab one of these boxes, and they're gonna pretend that this is a map of a world or a venue, okay, like a stage. And on this stage should be a room for musicians, instruments, audience, different things. Some of these things are here. These drum kits, percussion. So the question is, what we want to do is to sketch on a map like this. You can do one or two or three different ideas. And you're going to try to position these colorful balls, or you can use the this pencil or whatever you want to sketch an idea of what you think is the ultimate way to arrange instruments in a space for everyone to have a nice jam session. Now, there's two scenarios for these jams. One scenario is then when everyone is kind of on the same level of expertise. Okay, they could be all, say, beginners that are just coming to have some musical experience, and all the instruments are very easy, or they could all be professionals. But in both cases, they're all on the same level. They all have access to everything. There's no problem. On the other second scenario, we're going to do after this, it's going to be a bit different. It's going to be with mixed level of experience. So, for example, if there's a session with mixed level of experience, it could be that the control of the drum kit and the mixer and the control of the tempo and all these things need to be restricted from junior players. And some instruments like effects, maybe the melodic, maybe bass also belongs here but basically needs to be some hierarchy of like a restricted area and an area for the audience to participate and join the jam. And the big question there is, how do we create kind of a visual hierarchy? When you go to a party, you don't just crash the DJ booth or the mixing engineer, but still keep it like a party, like a inclusive feeling of people playing together. So you can use these as the platforms for the area. You can use these in whatever shapes or props you want to bring in to kind of elevate, create kind of different structures here. You can do whatever you want, basically. Okay, I recommended to use these gray ones to show kind of the layout of the floor and kind of what structures are on it, and these ones to show different instrument types or different skill levels, and this is to kind of label what is where. And you can also add your own text, like some people could add this is where the dancers are, and this is where the VJ is. So you can do whatever idea you want, and we're gonna start sketching, and I'll give you guys 5 minutes to do one or two or three of these ideas, and let's go. If you have any questions, let me know. Here. Okay, let's go. Gonna set 5 minutes on the clock here.
The pressure. I already started. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
I was not allowed to do that. I figured my idea would take a little time here. Yes.
If you need any help with something you don't know how to do, please talk to me. I'll help you to achieve your vision. I like what I'm saying.
Can I grab a few balls? Is that allowed?
Yeah. You can copy them or grab them. Just don't grab my balls.
No. I'm not going to get near. So don't worry.
Don't break them.
All right. I'm not just playing with two colors. Sorry. We can.
Oh, and let's start with. Tell me if you're which scenario you're doing. Like, keep one in focus. Either everyone's on the same skill level, or we have like various skill level. Just keep that in mind. Which scenario you're doing.
Oops.
I love this.
I don't even know how the paint bucket works. There we go. Okay. There we go.
How do I select multiple things at one time?
You click the radial menu button, that's the lower button. Then if you click it and hold, you see a select tool. You just swipe.
Oh, okay.
And then you have a select tool, and you can select all the things you want. You can do a lot of different things with that. And just grab them. Yep.
If I want to copy them, but it's giving me the option to paste, not copy.
And maybe you're not
that-
hovering over them.
Uh,
Like when you hover over them, and here, there you go. Oh, wait,
Okay.
it's just the base.
Select. Okay.
You should know that you're in select mode because you see a kind of a sphere around your controller.
Okay.
It's hard to do it in multiplayer because somebody might cancel your selection by mistake while they're doing other things. So I suggest to do it quickly. But you have to hover over it if you wanna copy it.
Oh, okay. I got it. There, I did it.
I still see them here. Think you didn't grab them.
Whoops.
No physics, please, guys.
Sorry. It was an accident.
When somebody's ready to show and tell, let me know. We can do it like we have. Oh, yeah, sometimes too. It's working better this time. And you need help? Something?
No, it's okay.
Cool.
Thank you.
Okay, so,
I've got something I can talk about if
Just let
if it's
something
all right.
up.
okay, actually, let's wait maybe.
Which one?
If it,
Yes, okay. It wasn't a good one.
okay, why not? Why don't you go ahead, Dance?
So this is the sort of beginner sort of jam arrangement. The concept I had, I mean, I haven't built it in 3D due to not knowing how to kind of remove this shape from the
You want to remove which
overall
shape?
stage, and not remove the shape, but to like dissect this kind of bowl shape from the inside of the actual cube, if that's possible. But outside of that, you just need to kind of imagine that there's essentially like a like sort of steps down into the middle
Like an
section where
auditorium
you have
thing.
an auditorium type thing. Yes. So the idea is that the performers will actually be up here, and then the instruments that you're manipulating are kind of recessed down, so you can still see everyone around you, and you're all looking in to the center. I understand this is kind of what it does already happen in the jam sessions, but what does also happen with the jam sessions is that the devices are all up like at the horizon level, and then you can't see other people jamming or what they're about to do. So if all the instruments are kind of faced sort of almost at like sort of waist height, then there's the ability to kind of still view the other performers. And aside from like the developments that we were talking about, like being able to kind of gamify the jam, where you're able to kind of have a like a hot seat moment, or the light comes down on you, by actually just having sight of what people are doing. And if you've got the ability of just being able to put your arm up to say, suggest I'd quite like to bring in something new here, and being able to just see the people around you and not them being restricted or hidden by a fortress of synths and patching modules in front of you. So just having everything where possible just down into like a well in front of you.
So, and where do you see, and what is the scale of a person here? Let's say, like, is this a head, a body, something like that, or smaller than that?
So yeah, I think probably. Oh, there's the head. and there's the body. And then, so
there's
a
not
big
really like an
synth would
amphitheater
be-
because it's like a miniature thing. So it's like there's
yes, yeah,
menus.
it's miniature.
Okay, got it.
That's just one thing that sprung to mind, so that you're all able to see one another and give.
So this is not really a
the
stage. The
visual
stage would
feedback.
be more like this.
No.
In this case, kind of like that, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. And would you think that these rings serve a purpose somehow, or it's just about how the orientation of the instrument?
It was just about quickly, making it so that there's like a level where all the instruments sit and don't go any higher, so you can still see everyone in person. It might be, that yes, you could. So there's
Cool.
the ability for more visual cues, and kind of taking that kind of approach of body language,
Maybe you should
however achievable it is.
maybe you should make the instruments more like cubes, like that, than the circles, because then they can get a feel.
That's a very good idea.
And they're all kind of on the same level, right? So maybe they can be all the same
Yes.
color, something like that, and then you can get a feel of the
Yes, that's a good idea. Yeah.
the size of the instruments. It's actually like, now it makes more sense, I think. Cool.
Yeah, that's great.
Nice.
Thank you.
Pixie, and you want to show and tell?
Yeah. Okay, so I have this kind of set up, sort of like an orchestra in the round, where you have in the center, one or multiple people would function like the conductor, where you're controlling the chords, the mixer, and then I don't know, BPM or whatever else. And then you have around. You have the people here, you'd have the bass and then maybe the percussion on this side. Then the red dots are either harmonies and melodies, like melodic instruments. And then maybe you could have somebody here doing like effects and stuff. And maybe the center could be restricted to who would be allowed into there to affect the stuff that's essentially affecting everyone at the same time. And the other stuff around the edge could be, people can jump in and play with those, and maybe around even out here the audience or people dancing or doing other things.
Awesome. I love it. And so this for mixed skill level, right?
Yeah, I think it could work for mixed skill level, or even I think it would depend. It would allow for both, because you could have if everyone has the same skill level, you just don't restrict who's in the middle. But if you only want the skilled people controlling stuff that's affecting everybody, you could limit who's allowed into the inner ring and then allow anyone else around.
And another question, where's what I would like to do, if that's okay with you, to select this and scale it up a bit.
Yeah.
Because what I want to see is to get a pen here, a brush, and I want to understand what is the scale of a person in this setup. Is this a head and a body kind of size, or what? Something like that.
Yeah, I think that's about right. I kind of had envisioned each of the colored dots is about the person, or like an instrument.
So that's the question, I guess. Is this a person or an instrument?
Yeah.
Or just to mark them.
Oops. Sorry.
I think it could scale, depending on, it could be just a single person here, enough that have a person, and so all the instruments are close together. Or if you wanted a more open space, you could, like we just did. You just scale
the dimensions, the dimensions can vary, and obviously,
it's just the basic.
These guys are looking inwards, right? They're looking in.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And the controllers are looking out, or are they here looking in, or are they in looking out, or how does
I think
work?
they're looking out, and you could even I was trying to do this. This would be more of like a jam session scenario. If you wanted to do more of a performance, you would probably want you would want the performers to be in more of a semicircle.
Don't change it. Make a copy. and so we have.
Oh,
both.
sorry.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah,
You can do it
okay.
later. But I like the idea that it works. You have a version. You can do that. Make a version for performance and for a jam. What
Yeah.
I think is a cool.
Because then you would have this would function more like how an orchestra is set up, where they're in a semicircle and you have the conductor facing the orchestra and everyone else is facing.
You know what would be kind of
Wow.
nice is if the mixer was kind of. I had the volume of this with the colors and like so. If I'm looking at them and I know, okay, this is my mixer, and I can just anyway, that's kind of neat. Cool.
Yeah.
And you want to show something, or you're not ready?
No, not ready yet.
Okay. Action. Whoa.
Sure.
Where? Oh my goodness! Touch him. I'll get to you next. You guys are cool. Okay.
All right. So
God,
I actually saw you talking about this, and so I had thought about it last night. I had started doing like more of like a 6-sided shape, but my thought was like, I feel like, mixer, controls, drums, effects, you're usually like really close to all of this stuff. I feel like that needs to be quickly accessible.
Yeah.
And like the way you're kind of usually like checking out who's doing these other things, they need to be close to you as well, right? So if they're facing, like they're facing this like center stage area, they're making contact with you. You can see what they're doing. And then, maybe some more of the beginner players. So this would be like off limits, a little more advanced beginners. Put them around the edges, and they can kind of feel a little more able to walk up and approach this stuff, right? Because it's not, in this like chaotic area, a little more open. Anyone that wants to watch can just be kind of up high. It's a little more of an open feel. And then I thought of having videos on each of these walls. So if you can't, like, if you're doing the bass right here and you look up, you could see, like what they're doing or what they're doing, on that far wall. I don't know if having like that many video feeds would, what that would do to it, but
you know what else would be cool?
Video up on
love
this
it.
center block
I
too.
love it. You know what would be really nice? That maybe in the center block or in here or somewhere would be like the visual effects department, and they make also a light show all around in the audience. So
what about a separate one up here?
Maybe
like another deck, another floor above them.
Yeah, maybe like the thing that it's funny, like the first person that like said, okay, these are like big screens where you can see everything. I think that would be awesome, but also video is really GPU intensive.
Yeah, I thought so.
At the same time, we have all this crazy 3D visuals that we can just have. So lights or like psychedelic stuff or just like visual toys. Maybe instead of the screens, you can just have these areas and these areas and these areas with some light show that just takes over the whole, kind of make everything crazy. But yeah, I wish we could have actually these like lots of cameras and things. You can see all this crazy shit. But actually, you know what? Maybe these walls can just be like some gifs or like a drawing wall that people can come and like write their name on it or something, some other cool thing to do, like visual playful area or something like that. Anyway, this is really cool. I love also how there's like actually
thank you
audience, beginners, intermediate, and the hosts that run the party. This is really well thought out.
Kind of works your way to the center. Thank you. I thought maybe like a circle, more of a circle shape maybe in the middle, and like more of a ring.
People were talking a lot in the other session about having like a inverted sphere for the middle. It reminds me a little bit. I love my favorite movie is like Yellow Submarine, and they have this like Sergeant Pepper part where they're like in a globe.
Oh. But then you couldn't see, like, I wouldn't be able to see the percussionist over there, though.
No. It would
Unless
be
this was like it
semi-transparent.
was transparent.
No, it would be transparent. Yeah.
Okay.
And in
Yeah.
general, people were talking about also
Love
the
it.
other session about, and online. I think you were talking on Discord about having like areas where you can only hear yourself, or like restrictions. People talking about like having like some sort of place where you have to go. Todd was saying this, like for example, if you start off here as the audience, or like let's say here, and if you want to go down to the percussion, you have to kind of access it by like unlocking something. Like you have to tap a few things, and then okay, you can leave here.
Ooh.
But then again, I don't want to have so many.
Also have like a bouncer security system built into the world, you mean?
Yeah, I
don't
mean,
know.
like
Maybe there's a
here,
better way to
it's
say
kind
that.
of simple and nice that this is the restricted area. Having more of these everywhere, it's just going to be a lot of glass in your eyes. I think it will be too much. But for the middle,
There.
to have in the globe, yeah, cool. Okay, awesome.
Okay.
Right. I'm gonna
Thank
go
you.
to Dutchim. Dutchim, let's go.
Okay, well, I thought it
Feel
could
free
go
to
back
go
or
on.
go home, but
Yeah,
okay, I'm over here.
that's cool.
Yeah, well, it's kind of a similar idea as what Daz had. I was also thinking just a big circle and like an inverted pyramid.
Yep.
But here I just started with the blocks, so it would be the mix. You would have kind of be like you could be the
actually
dome, the inverted sphere could be here where you have the
Oh,
controls,
sorry.
and
Wait.
then the people that's all right. And this is just one big thing, so you can just move the whole thing.
Cool.
And then it could even be these blocks could even go up and down, and with maybe with trigger blocks, it would capture one person.
Oh my god, that's so.
You could
cool.
even kind of
an
maybe
elevator.
like slowly go up and down, something like that.
Wow.
And then kind of the
this?
newer people can be on the outside, and then this would be for the simple, for just the noobs.
Okay.
It's just simple.
So it's a
simple.
separate thing. It's a separate thing.
Yeah,
it's not
that's
part
separate.
of
That's
that. Okay. Yeah.
so
got it.
that's not part of it.
Okay.
And then here would just be the control mixer, and then maybe slightly more advanced here, and then the simple, the people,
Cool.
the entry level would be on the outside. But it's like also what Des said, you would look down. It wouldn't be so intimidating looking up. So this is more.
It's so cool that
seems
the
more
whole thing
inviting,
can be
maybe.
like the whole floor can kind of like wave and stuff with these up and down things. Can you both think about? Can you both, everyone actually, also Pixie and Ann, like when you're continuing, if you continue,
This is similar.
it is similar, but it's still different. Could you please consider everyone, what is the entry point? Is there one entry point? Are there a few different ones? Where's the spawning position of the player? And what do they see?
It would be.
And what kind of visual cue do they have to go here or there, or what? How do they kind of deal with everything?
Oops. Crap.
Yo, Daz, you have new considerations?
Entry point.
No, only other than like putting an entry point from
cool.
your suggestion.
Go for it.
Yeah.
And you want to show some?
I'm struggling with the system.
Tell me what can I help you with? What are we trying to do?
It's a bit soon. It's a bit soon. I didn't before, so it.
I think you need to update.
I
can't
don't really.
hear someone.
I don't really have a straight ID for the moment.
Okay.
But I think that
Mm-hmm.
When we were at the landing, the venue,
Mm-hmm.
the landing place
Mm-hmm.
should be in front of the of the setup of the scene.
Like here. Let's say like this. Something like that.
Yes, kind of here.
Can mark it.
I think that we should.
Actually, like that.
I am looking for a way so that everybody can see anybody, so that we can communicate together, and the public could be around here, but I was looking for donuts in my blocks.
But wait, you know that this shape block, you know this shape? You know about the inspector?
Yes.
Do you know how to turn on the open the inspector?
I can change it if
you can change the shape.
Yes. I didn't remember.
Also, you can change the scale of it. So, yeah. Go ahead. Pixie, what are you doing now?
I'm making little audience spots.
Oh, cool.
So if you were to have like almost like a concert hall type setup.
Nice. And where would be the entrance?
I think maybe the audience would come in from somewhere over here.
Even higher up?
Yeah, maybe come down, like coming down and lowering down. I don't know what the possibilities
Can you do more?
are, but yeah.
Can you do more? Can you copy this and make a version back? It's here, your version for the jam. Because I'm more interested, not in a show scenario, but in an interactive show scenario. So how do we turn this audience? It's fine that there's like people that just want to listen and hang out, but how can we make it feel like inclusive, like they can participate in playing, let's say? Or in some way, I guess like this is good because it really separates, okay, this is performers and this is audience.
Yeah, this I would say here's the audience, people who just want to enjoy the show. This is the circle that's restricted to the people controlling that affects everyone. So you've got the chord progression, the mixer, so the volumes of each of the instruments, and then the control, so the BPM and other things that would be affected. And then you have the people who are playing the instruments over here, whether it's melodic instruments, bass, percussions, harmonic stuff, or effects that aren't necessary, that are just lesser effects than controlling the whole BPM. Then that's over there, and then we could even add someone maybe even at the audience spots, they could have some form of thing they can interact with that creates visuals, whether it's that everyone can see or that they have their own kind of flow toys that they can play with.
Can I suggest
but I think it would be cool. Yeah.
Maybe I don't have to make a copy, but like what I would suggest is that for the audience, I don't think seeing these guys is interesting at all, especially with the back to the audience.
I see what you're saying. I have but these guys the audience could maybe even be in the middle, and the mixer, they could be like literally how you would have in
possibly
an auditorium setting. You could have them behind the audience, so where the people who are performing could still look over the audience to see them, but they're not the main center of attention.
Or if you want them to have good, like be very in sync with them, then maybe you can just let's not make groups, guys, because then everybody goes into your group. Let's not go into groups.
I'm not sure what happened
here. So maybe this needs to be kind of like, when there's like opera, then there's the orchestra in the pit, They don't.
Yeah.
Nobody.
So they could either be these.
They could be lower.
They could either be below, or up above even, or behind. They don't have to be right in the middle. This is more the center. Them being in the center is more useful in this scenario during a jam session.
I would do something like this. I would take this down, and maybe the audience a little bit down. I don't know. That's just like loud something like
because these guys could be floating.
I mean, yeah, they could be on kind of like these are the main things to watch, and the audience. We don't want them looking here because also if the audience looks at more buttons, that's more bad FPS for them. So they should be looking at
true.
At like less things in general, more visual effects, things like that. So that's a really interesting thing. Action, you want to show some? Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay.
I'm just watching.
Yeah, that's cool.
Just listening to.
I'm not sure what happened here, but these were.
I got kicked out for a moment. My app crashed.
Oh, that happens.
But came back in, no issues.
I started coloring all the cubes and suddenly it changed into spheres. I don't know.
Oh,
It wasn't.
I'm gonna hop into Gravity Sketch after this and jot some ideas down.
cool. And let me know when you're ready to show something.
Mm-hmm. Something is coming.